Yo, what's going on with the Playboy? What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What is going on? Who is here today? What's going on, the tribe? How are you, my friend? What is going on, Integrity News? Greg, good to see you, my friend, as always. As always, Butch the Original, what's going on? Josh, how you doing? Nice to see everybody. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Couple of minutes. I'm not sure if you guys heard the news or not. Not sure who heard the news or not, but there's a big announcement coming up. There's some good news coming out. I can't wait. Where are you guys from? Can everybody just type in the comment section where you guys are watching from, just real quick? Just type down in the comment section where you guys are watching from. Chevy, what's going on, Chevy? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Took my glasses off for a second. Bruce, what's going on, my friend? How are you? What is going on? Someone said, did I see your email? I'm afraid not, my friend. I don't see any emails. My cousin filters all my emails, so I don't see any emails until she goes through them the first time. So if I didn't see your email, resend it to her. Her name is Cece, and she's the one who goes through all my emails. Oregon, Ohio, Ironton, Jersey. What's going on, Jersey and the Hizzy? What is going on, Pasadena, North Carolina? What is going on? I'm just pulled over here on the side of the road, and as you can see, the palm tree is not moving behind me. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about, the right to travel in our country has been just fundamentally stripped away from us. And you notice this when you drive down the road. Anytime you drive down the road, you see these guys hiding in their cars on the side of the street. And it's a real sickness. It's a disease. This thing where the cops can hide on the side of the road to get you. And we're seeing it all over this country. It doesn't matter where you go. Put a 1 in the chat if you get in your car and when you drive, you almost always spot a cop or hiding, waiting to give you a ticket. That's we. So just so you know, I had to drive out and go see a friend, and I got to drive all the way back to Nevada. But it's like every time I want to travel in this country, I'm relegated to feeling as though I'm being stalked like prey by my government, and their whole goal is literally to arrest me. That's what the goal of the cop is when I drive down the road here in America. That's the way it is. And I don't like that feeling. When I drove through all the small towns of America in 2022, showing you guys that no matter what city, state, or town I went to, put a 1 in the chat if where you live it's corrupt. Put a 1 in the chat if where you live it is corrupt. I'm just wondering. Everybody put in earlier where they're from. I read off a few of those names, but put a 1 in the chat if your town has a corrupt cop. And if it has a corrupt cop, then it has a corrupt councilman. If it has a corrupt councilman, then it has a corrupt prosecutor, maybe the main district attorney, maybe the prosecuting attorney, maybe the assistant DA. And if it has a corrupt prosecuting attorney, then it definitely has a corrupt assistant mayor or lieutenant mayor or mayor himself. Or you may have a county commissioner who's corrupt, or you may have a police chief who's corrupt. It seems to be ubiquitous across the country, no matter where I go. And I had to drive out here to the middle of the desert. It's 113 degrees where I'm at right now, 113 degrees, and it's 7 p.m. at night. And along the route here, all I saw was coppers hiding on the side of the road to get you, to grab you, to get you. That was their entire goal. As I drove down the road, I just literally felt like, I have to get somewhere. You guys know how I am when I see the cherries and berries. I see them cherries and berries. Someone comes over, I got to get the cherries and berries, But I didn't see any cherries and berries. What I did see, though, was a plethora of coppers hiding on the side of the road. That's what I saw. And it just drives me absolutely bat crazy. Like, I don't know why we have become the piggy bank for the government, why we have to be feed, charged, fined. Why do we need to be the focus and the subject of this government to arrest us and fine us and fee us? And as we heard from several ex-cops who've been on this channel, Izzo told us you get more points for a felony arrest. The 1994 crime bill tells us that if the cops get a narcotics arrest, their entire department gets more money. They get a bonus. They get accolades. They get awards. And so we've created a system of absolute tyranny where people get bonuses and accolades, awards, and trophies for arresting you. I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Butch the original. What is going on, my friend? What is going on? What is going on? Who's in the room? Smash the like button. If everybody would, please take your finger and just reach down and hit the like button. It'll just take you a second. Nice to see everybody. Nice to see everybody. How is everybody today? How is everybody today? Man, I'll tell you what, Brian Lee, DJ Smith, Keto on Kratom. What's up, my friend Gary? How are you, my friend Gary? Yeah, we're so close, Gary, on that fundraiser for Eric. We're this close. We're almost done. We're $600-700 away from having that fundraiser done. And Gary, you've been a part of that. Bronco Nation family. Yum yum. What's going on? The Yumster's in the room. The Yumster is here. What is going on? We do not stop, Chosen. I'll tell you that right now. Hand pinky wave. Let me see. I got a kombucha here. Man, have you guys ever had the pink? Have you guys ever had the peach? What's it called? Peach. The peach passion. Is that what it's called? The best kombucha ever is the peach kind. And by the way, I know this guy GT Dave who invented kombucha. That's his name, right up there in that little circle. Gosh, I'm sorry. There it is, GT Dave's. This is the only real kombucha. The other stuff's all fake. All fake. So, it's going to take a real... So, have you guys heard the new thing that's going on now with the coppers? Have you guys... So, here's the new thing now. And tell me if you guys have heard this. In Nevada, where I'm at, they have now made it so that the cops in body cam footage, their face is now blurred out. So when I got the body cam footage of Jesse Sandoval torturing me and cutting off the blood supply to my ulnar nerve, now the cops get to have their faces redacted from body cam footage, which I don't see how that's... The look on someone's face certainly shows their intent a lot of times. So I don't understand how in the world they can now redact the faces of cops from body cam footage. That has to be a state constitution thing where there has to be transparency in government. That has to be written into the state constitution that if there's no transparency in government with the government officials who are servants of custodians of the government, custodians of the Constitution, rights protectors, those people need to be filmed. Their faces need to be revealed in the body cam footage. I know that here in Nevada, the Nevada Supreme Court just said that they're going to scrub the faces. Well, you know what? The Nevada State Constitution has to be amended. That any public official, whether that be a custodian, a public servant, an elected official, a legislator, the governor, every time they are on film, their face cannot be redacted. There must be transparency in government, or we get secret police. And we know what happens when there's secret police. You go back just 100 years. It's 90 years ago now. 80 years. 1945. We're almost 2025. So you go back to 1939. So we're just 80 years right there where secret police, the SS Nazis, we saw what secret police led to. And now they're going to redact the faces of body cam footage of cops. It has to be fought tooth and nail. The cops who abuse and are the executioners and who are the people who hurt us, we have to be able to identify that person. The idea that their faces are going to be redacted from body cam footage is morbid. It's morbid. You have to be able to see what the look in the guy's eyes is as he's doing what he's doing. You can't do that if you redact their faces. And then it puts this blank space wherever their face goes on the video footage. It's absolutely twisted. So the government can film you anywhere you go, use your face for facial recognition, but they're going to redact the servants of government. I mean, just think about that for a moment. Just think about that. They want to redact. It's legal now. The Nevada Supreme Court just said that they will redact the faces of cops off of body cam footage. That just happened. That just now was upheld as constitutional for the Nevada State Constitution. That has to change. That means the Nevada State Constitution has to be changed to say that if you work in government and you are on film, you will be projected as you are, not altered in any way, shape, or form. And there needs to be a simple computer database where you and I can log in and look at any footage from any government agency at any time we want. And you know what? There's going to be crimes that people do from having access to data, and there's going to be people who catch those people that commit crimes by watching the camera footage. We've got to get to a transparent society. We can't have it where one side, the government, gets to film us wherever we go, whatever we're doing. They have secret cameras now all over the place. I told you about those. They have flat cameras, FLACK. They're called flat cameras. They're all, look it up right now. So has anybody looked it up? Flat camera. Flat camera. Press with Rancor is here. Over 200,000 subscribers now? Holy smokes. Is that where we're at? We're over 200,000? I think we hit 200,000 4 or 5 days ago. Man, we are over 200,000 subscribers. That is just crazy. That is just absolutely crazy. I love Yahweh. What's going on? I love Yahweh. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. 213,000, huh, Glenn? Right on, man. DJ Smith, what is going on? Bruce, Gary, Chad, we will get to 1 million, I'm pretty sure. Sig, what's going on, Sig? How are you? Make sure, the biggest thing that you guys can do to help is like, share, and comment. The more comments, the more likes, and the more shares. If you want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is share the videos. That's the absolute best thing you can do. I want you to get my trifold on DeleteLawz.com. If you are going to interact with cops and you don't have my trifold on you, then why are you putting yourself in a position to interact with cops? Unless you have the Supreme Court cases memorized like I do, then you should not be going and taking on cops without that trifold in your pocket. You should have it always at all times. If you don't have my poster or my ebook and you don't know every single case on it, then you really shouldn't be going and taking on cops. You're going to put yourself in a bad position. You really have to understand Cohen versus California, that you have the right to say anything you want. Tesh Lines versus Danforth, that you can park anywhere you want on the highway or freeway, especially if you're in Texas. Texas creates all kinds of laws, as we learned from the attorneys in Texas, where they can regulate the roads in all these wacky ways. Well, those regulations and ordinances need to be challenged in court, meaning that people will have to be arrested and then challenge those as being unconstitutional, stripping away your right to travel. So, you have to know what's on the trifold inside and out. There's only 2 or 3 lines of Rodriguez versus United States on that trifold. You need to understand it, that cops cannot extend a traffic stop without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. And Pennsylvania versus Mims needs to be challenged. It's on the trifold, but that says that you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. And the holding is based off Terry versus Ohio, that says that the officer must believe you're armed and presently dangerous. So if the cop's going to order you out of the car, Pennsylvania versus Mims, and saying, hey, I'm ordering you out of the car for officer safety, and you can prove by taking your camera and showing that there's no way this cop could believe that I'm armed and presently dangerous. He has my ID. I'm not a previous felon. I'm a middle-aged man. There's no way he's ordering me out of the car in the name of officer safety. And you could stand your ground. You're probably going to get arrested, but then you can take that on and push it all the way up to the Supreme Court. But again, you have to have your phone on you. Everything has to be recorded. Everything has got to be recorded. And then you should have that trifold in your pocket that says on Pennsylvania versus Mims on the trifold that you have to believe I'm armed and presently dangerous. Not only are you ordering me out of the car for officer safety, you're ordering me out of the car because you believe I'm armed and presently dangerous. You're, you, it's going to take a real freedom fighter. It's going to take a real freedom fighter to take on Pennsylvania versus Mims. Be willing to get arrested. Be willing to be attacked. They're going to break your window to get you out of the car. You got to be a real freedom fighter if you're going to take on Pennsylvania versus Mims. But there's going to be a couple of things that are going to be required. Number one, you're going to have a camera on you to prove to the people who hear your case that there is no way a reasonable man could believe that I'm armed and presently dangerous. There's just no way, by looking around at what is here right now, that you believe I'm armed and presently dangerous. And if you do believe I'm armed and presently dangerous, why are you standing with your body center mass right in the middle of the driver's side window? If you believed I was armed and presently dangerous, then you would not stand right there. And then if you want to extend the stop for a drug dog, then you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm traveling with narcotics, and it can't just be a hunch. But again, you have to have that literature on you on the trifold, and your camera is going to be your weapon. This is your weapon of choice. This is the only weapon that I use when it comes to dealing with the government, is transparency. And so you have got to be prepared. You got to have that trifold on you. You have to have it on you. You can't argue back and forth with a copper about the case law of you pulling over here on the side of the road to film, because he's going to say, oh, it's ordinance this or statute that. And you have to be able to show him on the trifold, wrong, buddy. And then when he says, hey, watch your mouth, you have to be able to show him Cohen versus California, 1971. I have the right to use any words that I want. If he says, hey, I'm going to bring a drug dog out here, you can tell him, hey, look, Rodriguez versus United States says that you can't extend the stop without reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm traveling with narcotics. You can say that, but it's a lot better if you have the trifold in your hand. So you can show him Rodriguez versus United States right here. Case law says you can't extend this traffic stop without reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm a narcotics trafficker. You can say that, but you show it to him. It's better. It's more powerful. I mean, I'm trying. And listen, DLZ Clips, I don't know if he's in the room right now, but, DLZ Clips spends significant time every day sending out free trifolds to people. It's a money venture for me, for sure. It's what I do for a living. I still spend hours and hours a week sending out hundreds and hundreds of free trifolds to people to print out, when half the people pay for them and the other half don't. But it matters more to me that you have the trifold in your pocket, that you have it with you, than I make $9 off you. It matters more to me that you have the trifold on you. That's why I say, if you buy one, share it with all your friends and family. Go ahead, do it. Say, look what I got you. I got you this trifold from this guy on YouTube, Delete Lawz. You use that when you interact with cops. Here's how you interact with your Fifth Amendment. And here's what you say if they tell you to get out of the car. And here's what you say if they say they smell marijuana. And you can give it to 10 people, and they'll think, oh my God, look what Jeff got me. Jeff got me this trifold. All I got to do is print it out. And if I lose it, I got the PDF right on my computer. It's right on my computer still. I went out. I took a girl on a date. She loved it. She's like, oh my God, I love this trifold. You know what I said? You can have it, baby. And she was like, really? And I was like, exactamundo. She has no idea that I paid $9 for that. I gave it to my cousin, my brother, my best friend, my cousin, and now I gave it to this girl I dated. I'm just going to go print another one. And look, DLZ Clips, thanks, bro. I appreciate you working hard over there, sending out free trifolds to people. Just imagine you work with somebody, right? Imagine you work with somebody all the time. How was your day, man? Good. I spent an hour sending off free trifolds. Yeah, I know it. I know it. An hour. Click. Copy, paste, click. Copy, paste, click. Get a trifold in your car. If you can afford the $9, buy the $9 digital one. Download it. If you can afford the indestructible one for $30, buy it. Get it in your car. Get it in your cousin's car, your brother's car, your best friend's car, your sister's car, your mother's car. Invoke your Fifth Amendment right this second. The moment you interact with a cop, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You show it to them. It's in the literature. Mine's right here. Mine's right there. Why do I have one? I mean, you guys see I'm a constitutional law scholar. I take these cops to pieces. I just fillet them like they're a salmon on the side of the river in Alaska. And then I put them over the fire on a steak. And I cook them with the fresh mesquite wood burning. And then I eat the salmon up, right? So if I know the case law back and forth, why do I have a printed trifold? So that way, if the copper says, wait a minute, you have to answer questions, I say, I don't. I don't have to answer questions. I don't. Learn the law, copper. We don't stop. 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 That's how serious I am about it. I'm so serious about it. I'm so serious about you having this that I'll give it to you for free. I pay a guy. DLZ Clips is paid. He gets paid by me. To send you a free trifold in your email. That's how crazy I am about it. That's the level I'll go to. I'll give it to you for nothing. Oh, I want you to buy it. It's my business. It's what I do. I'll give it to you for nothing. That's what I'm talking about. OTVO. Put it down in the chat. OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Woo, Chevy's out on a limb today. Woo. I'm with you there, Soldier Man. I'm with you on that one, my brother. Every day I watch. So I've got a couple of phones, right? And every day, my friend David Condon, without fail. You guys want to have a good time here? Let me show you something funny. You guys will get a kick out of this. So I got his. Let me just cover up his number real quick. Create new contact. I'm just gonna say DC. So I'm gonna show you guys something really funny. So my buddy David, every day, because he sends me the daily TikTok Rick Rocks, what he sees on TikTok. So take a look at this. Oh my God, these Nazis, Chille, these Nazis. He just, claims child abuse. Please make this go viral. Every day he sends me about 10, 15 videos from TikTok where he just sees the police raping, beating, cheating, persecuting, prosecuting, tumbling, twisting, torturing, cuffing, just hurting. He sees them just hurting people every day. And so he sends me these videos every day. But I think the most funny part, I think the funniest part is his commentary here. Someone can write it down in the comments so I can read it because I can't show it to my phone. But he just gets so emotional watching these from TikTok Rick Rock. It's like I mean, there's cops out of control. I mean, read his 3 comments here. There's his 3 comments. I'm not going to repeat them, but you can read them there. Those are his 3 comments. And I and by the way, you guys keep sending me videos. I really need to see the videos because I'm so busy doing a couple different projects. I want to change. I am going to, and we are going to, and we will change this system. We will change this system. We will change the system. We will change it from a system of violence, oppression, and punitive punishment to a system of enlightenment, education, and change. We'll change this system. That's the goal, and there's nothing more important. That's absolutely the goal, and there's nothing more. Putting someone in a dungeon, even if they commit the most heinous crimes, does not make our society for the peons. You're a peon and I'm a peon. It doesn't make the peon society better. When you take one of us peons, and you throw us in a dungeon and you abuse us and you hire people to treat us terribly, and then you don't give us any education, when we get out of the dungeon, we're worse. We're worse for the other peons. Then you got a peon walking around who's been damaged and cheated and is angry and hurt, and hurt people. So we want to stop hurting the peons. That's what I'm talking about. We got to change the system. We got to change the system. You understand that? Just type it down there. Change the system. This system won't work. It'll never work. Our system is still based on slave catchers. Our system is still based on that cops punish people. Cuffs are not supposed to be comfortable. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Hurting somebody physically doesn't make them a better person later. You guys have seen my ego. I blow up. I fought for years and years. I get mad and I want to beat up a bad copper. Well, you've also heard me say the exact opposite. I've retired. I'm done. I'm not wrestling every pig I hate, right? We have to get one of us right here, one of the peons, to the top position. I'll never forget being arrested 50 times in my life. I'll never forget being put into a dungeon. I'll never forget being no-knock raided. I'll never forget the SWAT team putting the red laser beams in my eyes as I laid in bed naked. I'll never forget it. There's 100,000 home raids every year in this country. That comes to an end. Wherever I'm the governor, the home raids come to an end. There'll be no more raiding people's homes. That comes to an end. Why do I want the power? I want the power for the peons. That's why I want the power. I don't give a rat's ass about anything else. I don't have a wife. I don't got any kids. Any women out there, 30, 32, ready to have a kid right this second, call me. But otherwise, I'm too damn old. I'm almost done with that part. So you got to get to the power. Got to get to the power for the peons, or we're cooked. Or we're absolutely cooked. And you guys know that we're on the right track. Take a look at the comments on the videos. All the haters, they're so scared that a peon is electable, can get to power, and will change this system. They're so scared. They're so scared. They're so scared. They're so scared. They're terrified. You know who's not? This guy. I don't have any fear. None. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm only afraid that I don't get enough done before I die. That's all I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I won't get enough done before the bell tolls. That's the truth. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. I love you too, man. Love you too. Listen, and people can, listen. Keep coming around. Make sure you drop comments. Make sure you drop comments and you let me know exactly what you think and how you feel. Make sure you always are dropping comments. Hit the like button. Share the video. It's a video competition world. It's so weird. It's so weird. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I will get the flock out of here. I really appreciate you guys coming to my TED Talk. It means a lot. I hope that we've solved half of the world's problems today. But we have done is today, now, when you leave your house, you're going to look around and see that cop hiding on the side of the road, and you're going to go, why is he hiding there? That's what I want you to point out. I want you to point out to other people, why is that cop hiding there? I want you to point that out. Put a 1 in the chat if you'll do it. I want you to point out when you pass a cop hiding by a 7-Eleven, hiding on a ditch, hiding in a cul-de-sac, hiding behind a building. Put a 1 in the chat if you're willing to point out to whoever's sitting next to you, hey, check it out. Why is that cop hiding right there? For what? How come he's hiding, you think? For public safety? Is that what you think? Is that what you think? I want you to point out to other people, look, and then ask them, how come that cop is hiding right there? Oh, he's probably, then it makes the bootlickers go, oh, to give somebody a fine or a fee or to try to arrest somebody. That's the fact. They want to arrest us. That's their whole goal. That's their entire goal. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming, guys. Love you. Thank you. I hope Mikey got his wrench back, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.